KTR sir would now be proceeding for a sampling, planting a tree at the Caliber campus. Remember, all of us should also start planting, at least make sure that each one of us plant one tree to keep our city, our country greener, a green Telangana for tomorrow. And at the moment, we've got the Honorable Minister for IT, MAUD, Textiles and NRI Affairs, Telangana, planting a tree at the Caliber campus. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can we have a huge applause? And it also means it's a commitment from each one of you that each one of us will plant one tree immediately and keep planting for a greener, greater Telangana. With that smile on everyone's face, I take it as a commitment that everyone will participate in making our city more greener. It's a pleasure to have. Absolutely. Most welcome, sir. Please join me with a big applause. Ladies and gentlemen, Minister of IT, MAUD, Textiles and NRI Affairs, Telangana, the most dynamic minister country has ever seen, one and only Sri K.T. Rama Rao. We also have the presence of Mr. Venkat Narasimha Reddy, Mr. Amarnath Reddy, Mr. Mohan Madan Reddy, Mr. J.S. Ranjan, and of course, being welcomed by our CEO, Managing Director, Mr. Satya Shekhar. Very good afternoon and welcome to each one of you. Members of press, media, Caliber Technologies team, guests, and distinguished guests on the stage and dais. At the outset, may I request our CEO and Managing Director of Caliber Technologies, Shekhar sir, if you could welcome everyone and start the proceedings for the event on stage.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to give you a little bit of introduction to the company and then tell about our story. Then warmly welcome Sri KTR and other people. We started this company in the year 2001. So we started this company in the year 2001 with a lot of ambitions and then focus for building products for pharmaceutical industry. So that's where I come from with my experience in that. So we have been growing very well. We had fortunate enough to get the first customer as Dr. Reddy's, and then we started growing in that. So then we implemented in Dr. Reddy's, then we went into Arbindo's, then finally we reached a point where we have been market leaders with a great margin, almost like 80% of market we command, and then that actually the story was going extremely well. Then in the when we were going that way, growing little, not very steadily, but not bad, here comes the Telangana agitation. So we were all very much skeptical, okay, what would happen, how will we grow? So should we establish here or should we do something else? These are all questions there. So finally that was decided, Telangana state has come. There was a first meeting called by Sri KTR for IT Leaders Summit. That's when, as we were telling you, we were in Taj Krishna and then we were talking about that. That's when we were all taken that this state is definitely going to grow and we got the confidence. incidentally that day, Aparna, our CFO, she asked the question whether you would be concentrating only on high-tech city or would you also concentrate on other industries also. He said, yeah, you probably work on that, but my first priority is on high-tech city and then other making all amenities well, doing well. So we are really impressed. This now today we have been very confident of being here in Sanat Nagar and then build this one. So last 3 years has been extremely very good years for us for several reasons. One is, we got our confidence, yeah, we should grow our company in Hyderabad and then grow further. Then we started growing. All apprehensions, whatever we had, in fact, I could have probably put the slides, but slides are there in that. So there are like only a few metrics I would like to put. Before, say, it was Andhra Pradesh, our diesel bill for running generators was coming to at least about 30,000 rupees to 35,000 rupees per month. So later on, when everything was stabilized, our chief minister, when he announced that we are going to give power, finally today we don't even spend about 3,000 rupees per month on the electricity bill. That's a great achievement. Not only that, we get a lot of customers from abroad and then from all places of India. They first of all had some problems in the beginning. They were saying that, okay, you establish another center where you'll have, if there is an issue, you will probably operate from there. Now, last year, for example, we had about 24 vendor audits. All audits were very successful. Every auditor, every audit team have been invariably telling that Hyderabad is a very clean city, growing very well, very disciplined, organized. Definitely it is very good. So another very good point to make here is, when we were growing, when we started our company in the year, say 2001, IT segment was completely blacklisted by banks. So it was a big struggle to start and then establish the products and then take the things further. But today, or at that time, we have had a KTR who would have a T-hub and then encourage the seed companies. So that would have been really, really good for us. But having traveled that level, so we really picked up from that place and then grown further. So last 3 years, you can see our growth in terms of people has been immense. So we grew almost like 30 to 40% every year in terms of people adding. In terms of revenues, we grew 40%. And then global implementation, and particularly our US operations, grew by 100%. So those are all the marks of our stability, and then a lot of credit goes to Mr. KTR. Thank you very much for all the support. Yeah. So today we are at the verge of launching the data science division, which is going to be future, and we are taking it further. Then I would probably request one of you to launch that too. Okay. So with these few things about our story, so I would probably request. What is the next? Okay. Yeah. That's right. So I warmly welcome Sri KTR Adudayas and Sri Jayesh Ranjangi. Thank you very much. And then Mr. Amarnath. I also had to add one more good story about this one. So I was telling about our interactions with you, and then we were looking forward to have this. One of the big things what we had in mind was to get this inaugurated by Sri KTR. So when the building was ready, I posed this topic with all my team. And they said, okay, we can go and get him, but who will get it? Who will build the cat? Because we don't have much of political connections, we're like first generation entrepreneurs, so we've got all the difficulties. So then I said, okay, let me take a shot, let me try for that one, I'll build the cat. So I sent one email directly to him. So as the mathematics says, the shortest distance between 2 points is straight line. So straight away I thought, okay, I should see that, send an email. I went to the website, took your email ID, sent one request saying that this is my company, this is what we do, and then we would like to have you for the inauguration. One day passed on, I didn't get any reply. So I was wondering, okay, I probably have to look for something else. Next day morning, 9:30, Mr. Amar calls me. Amar sends me an email and asks me, okay, send me your mobile number, I'll talk to you. I sent my mobile number. Within 20 minutes time he called. I thought it's going to be 15 minutes call. It ended up for almost like an hour. And then Mr. Reddy said, okay, I will probably come in the next week and then see your place. But by evening he said, no, I'll come today itself, let's complete this today. Then he comes at 4:30, and then from 4:30 to 6:30 we were discussing like what are the plans, how do we do that. Then, I mean, how industry is growing. So why are you here in Sanat Nagar? Why not other places? All those questions. Finally, we went for a complete visit of industry. So then he didn't say anything. He said, okay, I'll go and talk and then let me come back to you. Next day morning, he sends a message saying that, yeah, it is done. Mr. KTR would come there. So that's one of the real things to say that the government is really moving the fast way, and whatever they said is done. And believe me, this is a straightforward, straight day, and then I could get him. Thank you very much, sir, for all your very active participation in that. Okay. So here we are. Finally, this was to be happening at 6:30, but a little bit of preponed things. Otherwise, I would have a lot of pharma people also here with you. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. At the outset, it's a pleasure to have KTR sir with us, but we will soon get in conversation with him. Before we do that, it's our pleasure to hear from Mr. Jayesh Ranjan. Can we have a huge applause before Mr. Jayesh Ranjan takes over?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, Mr. Shekhar, Mr. Amarnath Reddy, my friend Sunny, leaders, senior leaders from the Caliber team, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. It's a matter of great joy to see something so wonderful in an area which we typically don't associate with IT. Our understanding of Sanat Nagar is one of the oldest industrial estates in Hyderabad, where people are still doing 19th century kind of things. We never associate this area with progress, modernity, etc. And it is very, very amazing to see this facility. It has come up really wonderful. In fact, there is a very strong and very direct and very positive correlation between the work atmosphere and your productivity. So I'm sure that all of you will start becoming more productive. You will be contributing much more, and your contribution will be valued by your clients, your customers, etc. All of you operate in a very niche area, and as you all know, Hyderabad's pharma industry, life sciences industry, biotech industry is poised to grow many, many fold. I'm sure you'll be aware that we are setting up the world's largest dedicated cluster, industrial cluster for life sciences, which is called the Pharma City, which is being developed in about 20,000 acres of land. So since the industry's growth is going to happen many-fold in Hyderabad, that much of business development opportunity will come directly in your way also. And from what Mr. Shekhar showed to us a while ago, the products that you have developed are extremely customized and tailored to the needs of the industry, and therefore you will be definitely recognized as a very, very valuable member of the ecosystem. I hope that you will continue your onward growth in partnership with Telangana government, and we look forward to learning about many, many of your achievements and accomplishments in the future also. Good wishes to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Well, just before we get on and hear from Mr. KTR and in conversation with KTR at Caliber, one interesting question for Mr. Reddy is, what was that thing which impressed you the most and which you could get KTR, sir, to our campus here? Yes, please. And then we will definitely get in conversation with him. What impressed you the most?
Hello. Yeah. See, he has been impressive from day one. Let me be very honest on this. First, I was in the government before sir was sworn in as the minister.
What impressed you? Of course, I want to ask you again, what impressed you about Caliber Technologies that we are here today?
Okay. So I'm just doing my job, let me be very honest. Sir forwarded me that email that day and asked me to look into it. And he is very intent on developing our areas in the city. Right? So that is a big mandate for us. We would like to see an all-round growth. I'm sure sir would agree to it in his address. So I just did my job. I came here to saw this beautiful facility and the passion that Mr. Sekhar has exuded that day, and I was thoroughly convinced that I should convince the minister and our principal secretary to come here and visit the facility.
Thank you. On behalf of Shekhar sir and all of us here, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you very, very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's our time to hear from the man himself. We'd love to hear from you, sir.
I'd rather sit. Would you have a problem? Thank you. So how many non-Telugu speakers here? Okay. Jayesh, why are you not raising your hand? Jayesh can speak more fluent Telugu than me. So anyways, thank you. Thank you for this honor. Shekhar Garu, Jayesh Ranjan Garu, Amarnath Reddy Garu, and Sunny and the entire top management of Caliber, and to the Caliber family. Firstly, my compliments, congratulations on opening up a swanky new facility. I think it's truly on par with anything that you would see possibly in financial district or elsewhere in Hyderabad. So my compliments to you. And of course to the architect and the people who worked really, really hard. And thanks to the rest of you as well who are actually wearing the jackets in such warm weather. Thank you very much. You all look very smart, I must tell you, because you have put that on only for us, I know. Thank you. Thank you for doing us honor. In fact, I was supposed to come here by 6:37, but you know, I wanted to test you guys and I wanted to test your caliber. You know, wanted to come in early and see what you actually. That was a cheesy pun. You want to clap for that? No, so we had another engagement that came up, so therefore I had to come ahead of time. But thank you for accommodating us. So we just got a quick ringside view of what Caliber is looking at, what you're already doing, and what you're likely to do in the next few years to come as well. What came as a very pleasant surprise to me is the kind of focus, the kind of very, very sectoral approach, and a very exclusive effort in terms of building a strong suite of products for the pharma industry. Because pharmaceutical industry, as you know, has been going through a very interesting time over the last couple of decades. You know, there are concerns about pollution, there are concerns about, you know, compliance measures, etc., all over the world. And as we all know, in fact, if you look at the developed world and then the second world and the third world, as they call us, I think most of the dirty work was being pushed to the third world. But now even in the third world, even in developing countries like India, the compliance measures are becoming more and more stringent. And with FDA and other agencies such as that enforcing very, very strongly, I think it's only natural that you'll see a spurt of growth in an organization like Caliber. With the kind of exclusive focus you have on building products for the pharmaceutical industry, I'm very confident, not just in Hyderabad, not just in India, but world over, I think you'll get a lot more business opportunities, sir, because I think you've mastered the art of, you know, reaching out to the needs of the industry. And when you have that, I think you can certainly build world-class products, and that is evident from the kind of business that you've built. I'm delighted that you also gave us some credit. Thank you very much for that, because I actually have no role to play in, I actually have no role to play in whatever you said. It's just that we had to keep the city running. And by the way, keep the city running, its acronym is KCR, as we call it, you know. So that's what we keep saying all the time. I keep telling my GHMC people as well, you know, just keep the city running, don't do anything else. So what we've been doing in the last 4 years is, we focused on the basics. We said, you know, before we talk of big things, let's get the basics sorted. So we have basically focused on making sure we have adequate power as in not political power, but power as in energy. And we also started focusing on the basics like water supply. Wanted to ensure that the city is self-sufficient with respect to its basic infrastructure needs. The one area where I have to get my act together and, you know, do a better job is roads. I think we are constantly working. Public transportation, metro is up and running, and I'm sure some of you are traveling and using metro, hopefully. And the last mile feeder connectivity will also be launched very soon. So from metro station to your office, I don't think you should be taking your vehicles in the future. We'll get you feeder services so that you can hop down, hop off, and hop on right at your doorstep. So that is something. So, Exactly. So it is very, very, walk to work kind of concept is what we're working on. And then we also started focusing on other basic things. Law and order, political stability are extremely important. For those of you who are watching what's happening in Karnataka, I'm sure you know what I mean. So, and by the way, God's own country has invited them, but they chose to come to us. I don't know if you know that. That also is a telling comment on the stability and the democratic environment that exists in Telangana. So that also is a nice thing, nice compliment, a backhanded compliment, so to speak. Swati Rathod, are you noting? Thank you. mat likhna hai sab, main to aise bolo. So all I was saying is, Caliber as an organization has been, in the little time I spent here, very impressed, and I'm truly delighted that your facility is coming up in Central Business District. And the first question I got from Aparna when we interacted at Taj Krishna back in 2014, that meeting was basically to give the entire industry a sense of confidence that a lot of times when you're going through a divorce, so to speak, the dust does take a bit of time to settle. So I wanted to make sure that the industry in Hyderabad knows that there is a team here which knows what it is doing. And back in 2014, early days of our government, that was a big challenge. There was a crisis of confidence. But now I think 4 years later, all the nerves have settled down. We are number one on the ease of doing business in India. We are in fact able to teach a few things to other states as well. We are very delighted and very thrilled about it. So going forward, I do want to see, in fact, Jayesh, Ranjan, myself, my entire team, we want to see more and more clusters developing in Hyderabad. Because what is more important for a city like Hyderabad to grow, because which I believe is the best city possibly in India and also one of the best cities in the world, we need more and more dispersed activity in our city. We can't have everything happen in Madhapur, Kondapur and Gachibowli. That's not how good cities and global cities shape up. So we launched a policy called LEAP, Look East Policy. Acronym is LEAP. So as part of LEAP, we are focusing on Uppal and thereabouts. We want to develop more and more, information technology industry and other industries there as well. And we also wanted to look at the Central Business District. And this email from Shekhar Garu came as a very pleasant surprise. But when he sent that email, I wasn't too sure, because I get a lot of emails. I look at them, I go through them. Very often, most of them are trying to pitch me on something, trying to sell a product to me, etc. But this came as a pleasant surprise because he said, we are this very strong company which has been around for a while, and we are opening our new facility in the data sciences division. So I want you to come and launch it. So I was very excited, but at the same time I wanted to be sure. So I sent it to Amar. Amar actually took the time out, came here, assessed it. He said, this is a great opportunity for us to promote Hyderabad's Central Business District also as a destination. Because a lot of times the Sanat Nagar industrial area is only known for some industries that have been set up about decades ago. But the fact that, new age industries in the knowledge economy are coming up in this part of the town are a welcome gesture, a welcome sign. So therefore we wanted to come in, talk about it, give confidence to those who want to come and settle and wanted to come and also launch their facilities here, more confidence. So I'm glad you gave me this opportunity. Thank you for that. And to the entire Caliber family, we only assure you of two things. One, government, I believe, does not have to do a lot, especially in a very, very independent free market. All we have to do is be the enabler. We should not come in the way of you doing your business in a methodical fashion. So that's what we've been doing. The second thing I think we should be doing, and we ought to be doing, which we are doing, is encourage more and more disruption, more and more innovation. That is something we do in every sphere of life, not just T-Hub for technology, but today with T-Hub coming in, we have number of co-working spaces, number of innovation labs also come up in the city of Hyderabad in the last 3 years. We're extremely proud of the fact that there is a lot of innovation activity happening in Hyderabad. And Hyderabad also has a very unique opportunity to combine its two very strong strengths, life sciences and information technology. In fact, I was thrilled when I heard from Vaz Narasimhan, who actually was a guest at BioAsia last time, who is the CEO of Novartis. He was talking about digital drug discovery. So drug discovery also is not, typically done in labs anymore. You could also think of combining the two interesting areas of information technology and life sciences, and also look at very interesting new possibilities. Lot of innovation, lot of disruption is in the offing. Now it's up to companies like Caliber, who've already mastered the art of providing new products, new age products, custom-made products for the pharma industry, also to come up with some more interruptions, some more, not interruptions, but some more disruptions and some more innovations, and really come out with world-class products and make your mark. And as a Hyderabad-based company, I wish you go places, I wish you get more business. And Hyderabad Pharma City, which Jayesh Ranjan spoke about, is also coming up and coming up really well. We are looking forward to an environmental clearance, and once that comes through, we will immediately start handing out land and and start building on infrastructure, which I am looking forward to in the next few weeks or so. Once that happens, we'll definitely make a big announcement to the world and start allotting land parcels so that the industry here also grows, and Hyderabad grows from strength to strength. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I wish you all good luck to the entire Caliber family. Cheers.
Thank you, sir. Well, we heard a few moments ago with KCR, sir, keep the city running, and you and I together, all of us together, it is our duty with KTR, sir, we got to keep Telangana running like no other city in the world. Right? Everybody together, and we shall make sure that that's you and I together, will keep Telangana running like no other city in the world. Thank you so much for taking out your time and joining us for the inauguration of Caliber. The respect, matter of respect. Thank you. Anybody who wants to ask a question, either you make noise or put your hands up.
You're all good people. Aparna, you have a question again?
Yeah, I think we're doing this one.
So you already said that now the Sanatnagar Industrial Estate is the oldest industrial estate in the whole of India, I've heard. It's more than 60 years old. So it's a senior citizen. I think we should give the senior citizen some extra rights. So if I think the machinery is put in place to make this a real swanky industrial estate where you can invite lots of big businesses, that would be great, sir.
Quickly, two things. One, if there are industrial houses which are already in business, I can't drive them out, obviously. But if there are, locations where people have actually closed shop and are looking for newer opportunities, I'd be more than happy to help them convert into, we can even definitely take a view, and this industrial area can be converted into an IT zone as well. I have no problems with that, because municipal administration is my subject also. So the land conversion and things like that is very much within my domain. But I think what's important for us to understand is, let's also not make this a concrete jungle. I think a bit of